Hello YouTube, this is Dark Umbreon 1393 here. I'm with another Hazy Flame deck profile. Previously, I uploaded a Hazy King deck profile, and it was god awful. um, Trying to work basically just pure Hazy Flames. Um, It's not. It's not really pure Hazy Flame since I have cards like Landlord and stuff like that in here. But you'll see how the deck unfolds. I'm trying to shy away from FIREDOGS and shy away from the Tefnuit engine, as everybody is. You see every deck profile. You type in Hazy Flame deck profile, you're gonna see FIREDOGS, and you're gonna see a Tefnuit engine. And I've been playing it for a long time. Since the Hazies came out, I've been testing this deck and playing with it and trying to figure out how to make this deck good, how to make it competitive. It's got a lot of potential to be competitive with this Basiltris. Um, it can do a lot of damage, but I feel like nobody is really utilizing the deck properly, and I'm trying to accomplish that here. So onto the deck profile. For rekindling targets, I have 3 Cerberus, 3 Hippogriff, 3 Landlord. Everything here is basically self-explanatory. The Hippogriff is just mainly just a rekindling target. That's all you need it for. And the same for Landlord. But with Landlord and Cerberus, you can normal summon them without tributing. So it can help. Landlord, you can normal summon it, beat over a monster, end phase sends to the graveyard, no big deal. You have another 200 defense rekindling target in your graveyard. Cerberus, self-explanatory. You need 3 in every Hazy Flame deck because it has that search ability. Just great card to have. Now on to the monsters. 2 Hazy Flame Periton. I was running 3 because it's a very powerful card. Feel that I really don't need 3. I've been using 3 a lot, but then I've been playtesting and kind of not liking the 3. Kind of just wanting the rekindling targets mainly to just be at 3. Periton's great. You can search for it, with Cerberus if you need to. So, don't really need 3. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with somebody if they said they like 3 in the deck, because I also like 3. Also note that I am playing 2 Griffins because they are a free special summon, and I'm not playing Sphinx, and I'm not playing any Manticores. So no Manticores, no Sphinx. Sphinx is, I really don't recommend it for my kind of build. For this kind of build that I'm trying to make here. I really don't recommend it. It's, I mean, it can be a special summon. It can result in a special summon, but it's not a free special summon. And you have to mill, and it's luck based. And the Hazy Flame Sphinx, if you run a lot of them, really forces you to not play as many traps. Kind of makes you, because it doesn't really, it takes a lot of potential out of the deck. So I don't really like running it. So 2 Hazy Flame Griffin, free special summon. Goka, another like one of my tech cards. I kind of just threw in there like at the last second, a few minutes before I just made, before I'm making this video. It's a special summon, and it does destroy the target when you special summon it. So you can have a Cerberus on the field, special summon Goka, destroy Cerberus, get your search, then you can get Periton or Hazy Pillar if you already have Periton in your hand, whatever you'd like to do. And it really helps open up your plays. Manticore is another great card to have in your deck. I run 2 of those. His ability is very good if it's sent to the graveyard. During the end phase of the turn, it's sent to the graveyard. You can send a Beast Warrior, a Winged Beast monster, from your hand or side of the field to the grave to special summon him from the graveyard. So if you have a Cerberus on the field, or a Cerberus in your hand, or maybe even a Griffin, only really works for Cerberus, mainly because it's a beast type, and you'll add another rekindling target to your grave. Griffin doesn't really add a rekindling target. It's kind of it's just the opposite actually. It has 200 attack and 2100 defense, which kind of annoys me because it could have been a great card to use for a rekindling target. So yeah, actually now that I'm thinking about it, I might change the Manticore to, or what, make one Manticore and two Gokas. That's kind of a possibility because Manticore you can really only send for Beast and Beast Warriors and Winged Beasts, and I only use that for rekindling target purposes, and the only rekindling target that works for Manticore is Cerberus. So maybe I'll add two Gokas because it is a special summon. And then two Maxis, self-explanatory. You know, a lot of E-Drags out there right now this format. So if you're trying to play competitively with this deck, Maxi is a must. You're gonna face, you know, a lot of elemental dragons, and the elemental dragons are adding a lot of support to a lot of decks that people are starting to come out with. You know, you have Harpies, Dragoonities, or Tempest Dragoonity, whatever you want to call it. You know, adding the dragon makes the deck so broken, and all Dragoonities do, all Harpies will do, all the E-Drags will do is special summon. And if you add a lot of cards to your hand with this deck or any deck with Maxi, you have a big advantage. So Maxi is a definite must for this format. A lot of, you know, decks swarm the field, so it's just good to have. For the spells, 3 Rekindlings, self-explanatory. You need 3 for this kind of build that I'm running. I have 9 rekindling targets, so very good to have. 2 Onslaught of the Fire Kings, just makes plays go off. You can special summon a Beast, Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast, you know, same as Manticore. So you got, you know, Hazy Flame Cerberus, or Griffin, or Manticore. You know, you can special summon those to the field. If you need to get a search, you know, you can special summon Cerberus with it and wait to the end phase. Get your search after it's destroyed, or you can even use it to special summon another monster and get other plays off. Special summon if you have 4 rekindling targets in your grave and you have a rekindling in your hand and an onslaught. Activate onslaught, summon a monster to your side of the field, activate rekindling. There's your 5 materials right there. So onslaught of the Fire Kings really helps your plays go off. Can help your Goka plays go off, you know, for your Cerberus searches. It could just do a lot of things. 2 Hazy Pillar. Don't recommend 3 for this build. Kinda won't need it. You know, Cerberus and Lancelord do summon themselves. And Griffin summons himself. Goka will summon himself. Hazy Flame Hippogriff, it's not really meant to really hit the field unless you rekindle it. It's not really the best card to have. I mean, it is. It has more attack points than Cerberus, but not by much. You know, so it doesn't really, it's not really that effective. But a lot of these are the cards right here that you never see. I've never ever seen in a Hazy Flame deck on YouTube or anywhere. Never seen them. Double summons, hand destructions, and Dark World dealings. And a Foolish Burial. Not many people run Foolish Burial, and I think that they are very foolish for not running these type of cards. This makes the deck go a lot faster. It makes you get your rekindling plays out a lot more often. All Hazy Flame players should be trying to get Basiltris out with 5 materials. It is a beast. It is almost impossible to defeat. This is what you guys should be trying to accomplish. Hand destruction just helps get a lot of your plays off. You send 2 rekindling targets to the grave, draw 2 more cards. Okay, so it helps your plays go off a lot more. And double summons are in there. Basically, will help you get your Perryton plays off if you need them. It's kind of self-explanatory. Dark World dealings. Don't run 3 of them. Rather just run 2. Basically the same thing as, hand destruction. Discard a rekindling target. Discard Manticore of Darkness is also very good. If you have a Manticore of Darkness, a Cerberus, and a Oh, let's see. A Manticore, Manticore of Darkness, Hazy Flame Cerberus, and a Lancelord in your hand, and you got a hand destruction. You know, you hand destruction the most likely the Lancelord and the Manticore of Darkness. And then at the end phase, you'll get Manticore of Darkness's effect to send Cerberus from your hand to the grave and special summon him to the field. Now you have 2 rekindling targets right there in your graveyard, and already a level 6 fire type monster on the field. It just helps a lot of your plays go off. Foolish Burial, self-explanatory, staple for this build that I'm running. Just send another rekindling target to the grave. It just awesome. It really is. Monster Reborn Dark Hole. I'm not running Heavy Storm. It's still a consideration for the deck. You know, Heavy Storm, Circle of the Fire Kings is still a consideration. Garunix is still a consideration, because he is a bomb. But I really don't recommend running him because he's a good card in a sense. He can help you, you know, stall a little bit and do a lot of work, but not really feeling him anymore. Not really feeling him. Phoenix Wing Windblast is another good card to consider because you also discard. It's like a compulse, so it can, especially with the Evil Swarm matchup, I was using it a lot. For Ophion, discard a card and send him right back, you know, to their extra deck. You know, so if you like running compulses and you're using a Hazy Flame deck, Phoenix Wing Windblast might be a better card to use because you can discard and get your rekindling targets out faster. So those are still cards to, you know, consider. Circle of the Fire Kings. You can use it to destroy Cerberus or, you know, get other cards out, get Cerberus's effect. Originally had it in this deck, but kind of worked around it, took them out, and put double summons in, and they're working very, very well. So now for the traps, 2 Torrentials, Solemn Duo, you know, and 2 Phoenix Chains. Phoenix Chains probably right now should be breakthrough skills, but I don't have the money for them, and not spending the money on them, because I'm more of a budget player. Kind of don't like spending too much money. And this build right now is very, very cheap. If you guys want to build this, basically just buy a few of the Onslaught of the Fire King structure decks, and you'll get Hippogriffs, Lancelords, Manticores, Gokas, Rekindlings, Hazy Pillar, no, not Hazy Pillar, no, not Hazy Pillar, Hand Destruction, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, Call of the Haunted comes in. That's another card if you want to maybe consider Call of the Haunted. You know, stuff like that. Torrential, great card to have, especially if you have, you know, Cerberus on the field, or you have Manticore on the field. You know, you can still plus off of Torrential, destroying your own monsters. So it does work. And if you have Basiltrist on the field with 5 materials, and your opponent tries to do some move, and they try to, you know, exceed something, you know, you got a Torrential out, you activate it. Basiltrist doesn't get affected by it. It's just like another Dark Hole if Basiltrist is on the field with 5 materials. It just works. So, on to the side deck. Let's see what I'm doing on time here. 13 minutes, kind of long, but won't take too much of your time. 2 Electric Virus, 2 Draw and Lock Birds for the Prophecy and E-Drag, or Gadgets, you know, Machine Dragon, you know, makes sense. Also the Iron Walls and Mind Drains for those E-Drag type decks. 3 Goes in Match. Everything in this deck is fire. Goes in Match can help you in a lot of, you know, certain matchups. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, you know, works for Inzectors. They're still around. You know, Dark World, and especially Evil Swarm. You're gonna need them for Evil Swarm. And then 2 MSTs. Helps with the Evil Swarm matchup. Helps with, you know, Fire Fist matchups. Helps with a lot of things that just have a lot of back row. Just because mainly I'm not main decking them right now, because everything is about Elemental Dragons and those type of decks. With the dragons in, that, you know, they don't really run too many back row. That's why the Maxis are in. That's why there's no Heavy Storm. That's why there's no MSTs in the main deck right now, because I'm trying to take a competitive build based on what the format is looking at right now. And yeah, for extra deck, you only really need 3 Basal Triss, definitely, and they're very cheap. The main purpose of this deck is trying to accomplish is get Basal Triss to 5 materials, but sometimes that's, you can't get it, and your opponent is about to close you out, and you need to just get him out on the field. 3 of them is fine. At least 2 M7s. I just have 3 in here because, it just to fill the extra deck, just for show. Maybe just 2 Photon Strike Bouncers. Don't need 3. You don't need too many cards for this extra deck. Force Focus, Exhibeetle, Swordbreaker, situational kind of cards if you need them. These 3 guys, kind of just threw them in there because at one point I was running Garunix and Phoenix, Sacred Phoenix at the same time, so if I ever had them both in the field, I would just, probably, or maybe most likely want to use these. So those were just for show. Pretty sure there's really no other level 6 exceed. I mean, there is, but a tomb you can't use. You can't use Solda. I mean, Gauntlet Launcher you can. Everything is basically going to be situational here. This card's not even out yet, so these are all like situational kind of cards. So yeah. Here's a deck that's the deck profile. I hope you like it. I wanted to do something different, and I felt that taking the FIREDOGS and the Tefnuit engine out will really help this deck. And I've been playtesting it, and it has worked out for the most part. I've been getting 5 materials on that Basal Triss very, very consistently. And if you get that out, it just wins. It's just GG's. If you have some back row, you sit on that with Basal Triss out in the field, it's a wrap. So, hope you liked the video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and look forward to making more videos. Hopefully, maybe getting some suggestions from you guys, fixing this deck around, looking to make it very competitive and help make it better. Has a lot of potential to do some work. Just needs a lot of thought and a lot more support. So Konami, please make more support for this deck so I can make it broke. Thanks. Comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching, YouTube.